How's it going, everybody? I'm Andrew Robson, and you are watching RAKUYO's Deciduous Bonsai channel. On today's episode, we are going to do some follow-up pruning and leaf cutting on this winter hazel. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. All right, so I'm here in my studio, RAKUYO Bonsai in Portland, Oregon, where we specialize in creating, maintaining, and teaching high-level deciduous bonsai. And I have with me here a winter hazel, or Coralopsis. This is a Coralopsis spicata. And this tree's already been worked on once this year already, but it, as you can see, has had a very vigorous year, and so it is ready for some follow-up work. So basically what I'm going to be doing is coming in with my scissors and pruning back the extensions that this tree has reflushed with. And then after I prune back the extensions, we're going to come in and do some leaf cutting. So basically I'm just keeping about an inch or less of new growth because it's an alternate leaf plant. I want to keep multiple buds along that inch of new growth that I leave behind. And then any large leaves I'm going to be cutting down to something about the size of a quarter or a $1/2, something like that. So that's what we're going to be getting into on this tree here today. All right, so we are getting this tree all trimmed back. Now, a lot of people ask me, how many times a year do we do this? Well, with many things in bonsai, it's not about a specific number. It's about reading the tree and seeing the response. And when I read this tree gave me a pretty big response. I'm doing this here in the first week of August, which means we still have a couple months of heat and growing season left. So it's enough time for this tree to regrow a little bit if it's going to. But more importantly, the leaves are still photosynthesizing quite a bit. So by me coming in and doing this work now, I'm going to be really protecting all of the interior foliage and branches that I'm leaving behind. That's the big benefit of this leaf cutting technique, is it's really pushing a lot of light into the interior. It's one of the ways that you can make a lot of ramification on a big leaf plant like a winter hazel. If you look at this winter hazel, it's got a leaf, about the size of the palm of my hand. But you can still make a very high-level bonsai out of this plant with that large leaf. The trick is we have to cut the leaves down to size. And again, what that's going to do is that's going to create more light to get into the canopy to allow more branches on the tree to be created. And once those branches have been created, we do the same technique so that we sustain all of that ramification. So it's really kind of a technique in twofold. It's going to help create more density, and then once we have density, it's going to help sustain density. Now, if we didn't do this technique, if we just got lazy and decided, this is too much work, then this tree would lose, if it had a lot of branching, might lose 1/3 of its ramification within a single growing season. And so it really is a necessity if you're going to create high-level deciduous bonsai to come in and be doing some of these techniques. Leaf cutting is by and large the way that we create high levels of ramification on trees, because in deciduous bonsai we are forcing these trees to grow denser than they ever naturally would in the wild. And so if we're going to get them to grow much denser, and again this leaf cutting is doing that by letting more light in, if they're going to get more and more dense, then this is going to create an unsustainable system. And the very best deciduous bonsai are unsustainable systems. They can't take care of themselves. Human intervention is needed to keep these in the shape that they are. And so So yeah, this kind of is just a necessity of high-level deciduous work is if you're going to have very high-level deciduous trees, which is another way of saying deciduous trees with beautiful trunks and dense fine ramification, then you're going to be doing a lot of leaf cutting. If you have tropicals, that means you might be doing a lot of defoliation. So this is really a powerful technique to create and sustain ramification. Now, we're doing this a second time this year because I did this once already. The tree responded very vigorously, so it necessitated a second round of this technique. And so for the second round, I'm basically doing everything I did the first round. This tree has a little bit more branches now, so my work has gone up. And that's a good point to remember with your bonsai collection at home, is that the better your trees get, the more your workload will increase. Leaf cutting on a very early stage deciduous bonsai takes about a quarter of the time that it takes to leaf prune a very high-level show-ready deciduous bonsai. And if you have several bonsai that are getting better and better, your collection will start to get very high maintenance. So that's where hiring a bonsai professional like me to come in and help you out can really help with the workload, or maybe you reduce trees as your trees get better and better over time. Or maybe you retire and you have more time on your hands to work on your bonsai. All of those things are definitely plausible. But speaking of that, we do have several trees for sale here at RAKUYO. I don't post anything online. I don't ship at the moment. I don't have time for that in my current schedule. But if you are ever passing through Portland, you are more than welcome to come by for a visit, see the garden. Even if you're not shopping, just come by for a visit, see the garden. We don't do entry fees or anything ridiculous like that. Anybody is welcome here. Just make an appointment. The best way to do that is to email my father, Jeffrey, and his contact information is on the rakuyobonsai.com website. But anybody's welcome to come here. Because my trees are getting more and more advanced, I have to sell trees to maintain the workload that I have time for in my work schedule. And so we constantly have trees for sale here at RAKUYO, even though I don't post them online. So anybody's welcome to come by, take a look. Or just, if you want to come by and visit the garden in general, come by and see some of these fun deciduous trees in person. Bonsai really is all about seeing things in person. You can learn a lot of information online, but you can fail 100% in the application of that information as well. So videos like these can be helpful up to an extent, but honestly, the way to learn bonsai is to do it, to see it in person, to touch it in person, to train with somebody in person. That is the way to get good at bonsai very, very fast. And speaking of that, we are going to be this month releasing our intensive classes for next year. So if you want to learn some of these high-level deciduous bonsai techniques, if you want to study in an environment where very high-level deciduous bonsai are being created on a daily basis, I welcome you to take a look at our intensive classes. The way our intensive classes work are they're anywhere from 4 to 6 students come here for a 2-day class. The class runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's an all-day kind of intensive class where we look at the seasonal workload of a deciduous bonsai. So in spring we are doing repotting, in summer we are doing a lot of this growth management work like I'm doing right now. In fall we are doing some pruning and some beginnings of some design work. And in winter, which is a new round of classes I'm going to be releasing for next year, for winter we are doing all deciduous design. So if you want to come out and partake in any of those classes, the classes will be released by the end of the month on our website. We usually sell out of our classes around, a few months before the coming year. So if you're interested in those, sign up fast because they do tend to go quick. But I really enjoy working with students both locally who come here and students from all over the country who come here and study. One of the best parts of my job is not only making really nice trees, but interacting with everybody in the community, hearing their challenges growing bonsai all around the country. I think it's really important for bonsai teachers to be traveling, because, you know, if I'm in my little backyard here, you know, I can be closed off in my own little world, but I feel like with all the travel that I do, I really get to experience the issues that everybody is fighting with day in and day out, and that makes me a lot better of a teacher, being able to witness a lot of those things firsthand. But yeah, if you're interested in studying here at RAKUYO, really recommend those intensive classes. Like I said, I'm putting out the schedule for 2026 here sometime at the end of August. To sign up for those, you just write me an email with the classes that you would like to sign up for. I require a 50% deposit to hold your spot and make it fair for everybody. And yeah, we hope to see you here at RAKUYO, either for a visit to shop for some trees, or to study how to make beautiful deciduous bonsai like this small little winter hazel that we have cooking here. So a little bit of a story on this tree. I imported this tree legally from Japan via Derek at Canada Bonsai. Derek can import a select list of species. You're not going to be able to import pines or junipers or maples or a lot of the popular species for bonsai, but winter hazel was one of the plants on that list. So on one of my trips to Japan, I was shopping around, I saw this tree. I knew there was a way to get it here the right way via Derek. And so imported this tree last year through him at Canada Bonsai. And it got bare rooted, shipped here in either January or February, something like that. And it's a tree that has really, really great bones, really hard to see this time of year, but that kind of shows how good of a tree it is. If you can't really see it in the growing season, that's a good start for a quality deciduous bonsai. But it has a really, really wonderfully tapered trunk. It's got a lot of size and presence for being, you know, a tree that's under 18 inches. And from my large winter hazels that I've had and worked on for many, many years, I knew that if I got a good trunk, I can make some nice branches on it. So just like some of those prize-winning trees that we've won awards with, we're going to do some really nice branch work, and this leaf cutting is a part of that. And hopefully, after several years, we'll have a really nice set of dense, fine ramification that we can show off, sit back, and appreciate. So that's a little bit of the story of this tree. It's one of the very few trees that came into the garden this year. Most of the time, trees are going out of the garden, not coming into the garden. But this was one of the exceptions. It was a little memento of my big tour to Japan in January. Speaking of going to Japan, I've been there every season so far this year. I've been very lucky to travel there several times this year, and very much looking forward to TaiCon 10 in November. But after TaiCon 10 is the 100th anniversary of Kokofu, which is the top show in Japan. It's going to happen in this coming February 2026, 100th show anniversary of the best bonsai show in the world. So very, very much looking forward to that. You know, being an organizer for the Pacific Bonsai Expo, it is hard enough doing 1 or 2 shows. I can't imagine 100 years of, or 100 expos, but they made it, and that is a very, very huge feat for this art form. So I'm going to be there to celebrate, like a lot of the bonsai world is going to be. I think pretty much anyone who's anyone in bonsai is going to be at that show. So should be a really fun time. If you want to go to Japan and see very high-level bonsai, celebrate a really huge milestone, recommend checking out the Kokofu exhibition for the 100th anniversary. 100th show anniversary. I don't think it's 100 years, I think it's 100 shows, because some years they had 2 shows in the beginning. So not 100 year, 100 show anniversary, but still that is a humongous feat and something that I'm going to be there to celebrate. If you want to go celebrate that too, I know Bjorn does some fantastic bonsai tours in Japan. So he's someone to maybe look into, Bjorn at ACN. Even if you don't go for Kokufu, he's someone that does great tours in general. So check out Bjorn's tour work. But I think we're just about wrapped up on this winter hazel for now. So in the fall or winter, we're going to be doing a lot of styling design editing. For now, what I did was get all that bushiness off. You saw what this looked like when we started this video. Now you're seeing what it looks like here after, at the end of this video. And like I said, by cutting these leaves fairly small, this is going to allow very good light penetration, which is going to sustain all the dense ramification that we have and help generate more ramification to really up the level of this tree moving forward. So I appreciate you checking us out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button down below. That really helps us out. And subscribe to our channel. That also really helps us out. That encourages us to make more videos and gives us a little bit of algorithm help so that that we can keep doing these videos in the future. So I appreciate you checking this out. If you have any questions about Coralopsis or winter hazel, please drop those in the comment section. If you're going to Kokufu, drop that in the comment section as well. But thanks for tuning in. You've been watching RAKUYO's Deciduous Bonsai channel. I'm Andrew Robson. I hope you can apply these tips and tricks to your bonsai at home. Thanks. Take care. We'll see you next time.